Okay, hi, this is Dr. Tirenzo. I'm with my coach and training partner, Huang Xing. And so today we're going to be talking about how do you play defense. So in table tennis, defense is very important. Defense lets you be more reliable. Sometimes you can win game without doing any offensive. You only need to be reliable and let the opponent to make a mistake. For advanced players, defense is about using the defensive skills to generate the timing and the position needed so that you can be playing offensive strokes to win points. And we're going to start with the backhand offensive play first, because in our first video we did not show how do you do offense at the backhand. So when you do backhand offensive, like the what you can do is sometimes same thing you want to drive. Drive means you are hitting with your racket more like open, more like perpendicular, or with a big angle compared to the table. And then you move. When you move, your power is not about generating spin, but generate speed. As you hit the ball pretty much forward, and the ball travels faster, so it cut the time away from your opponent to return the ball back. So that's the drive. However, most people do not have much power when you play backhanded. So you want to play more loop. You want to make the racket actually more closed racket, meaning a closed racket means it's parallel to the table surface. So, and sometimes you play mixed. In terms of move, you want to use a lot the wrist move. So the wrist is moving all the way back like this and generating the move all the way straight like this. So you can control the direction. However, wrist move must rely on the body move. The feet is more like moving almost like a crab. You're moving like this way, but it's always moving. And the body is always generating the rotations like the racket you want to rotate, like this. Your racket is rotating, and your body wants to rotate too. And then sometimes you also want to use the arm move, meaning use the arm so that the racket starts on the left side of your body and go all the way straight. That generates much more power than the wrist move. And when you want to use power, you don't want to use power too much, so it's become not reliable. So we'll try it again. So in other words, when you use the power, the racket needs to be still within one frame. You can try when you use too much power. The problem is your racket is no longer moving within the same plate. A racket is always moving as if there's a big plate. Let your racket to follow. If you pay attention to this kind of stable frame, you will play much more reliable. Okay, now we're going to start with the defensive play. We start with the forehand and doing the push. So, as a matter of fact, we're going to play both sides. We're going to do push, then generate the opportunity to do offensive. So we're going to start with push again. Push, 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 push. then generating the opportunity to do offense. Okay, so that's the first technique. The second one is about the chop. So chop is almost like a push. Push is like your racket often is almost like parallel or with the table. But when you do the slice, you generate a lot backspin. So we'll try it again. But the problem is sometimes the opponent gives the ball very high. So let's try keep the ball very low first. So that's a very standard slice, meaning the ball is very low. Normally, as soon as you see the opportunity, you do the offense. Okay, so let's do chop. Chop is a little bit different, as you can see already. Sometimes the ball is pretty high. Doing slice, it's almost inviting for trouble. When you do a slice, the other opponent will attack you or loop you. So what you can do is make the ball, give the ball almost a knife, like knife, by going down like this. So that's the chop, like chop. So it's a little bit different, especially when the opponent do the top spin. You can use the chop to generate an underspin move. So let's do a few backhand now. Okay, so now we're going to do blocking. So blocking is about, I do block and my training partner do the attack. So Huan Xin is going to do the drive. I do the block. Sorry for that. So blocking is about without much obviously you are hoping your opponent will make a mistake, but just doing blocking like that. And in order, unfortunately, an advanced player do not make much mistakes. So you want to block by using sometimes generate some looping power. So you block, then you loop it back, like this. Good. Okay, so that's all for the second video. Thank you.